All right. A lot of pauses today. All right, we're going to see, though, that this lesson really should be pretty simple for us. But you're also going to see by reading this that we have gotten back on the path of multiplication, division that we started on. You know, we took a little detour talking about some new ideas. What were those 4 things that we talked about over the last several days? What's one of them? Factors. And what are those? Do you remember?
Prime.
No. Keep thinking. Help me out.
2 numbers multiplied together to get answer.
Yeah, 2 numbers multiplied together to get a multiplication answer, which is a product. Okay? So factors are just the numbers that are multiplied together. Okay? What was another idea that we've talked about? Multiples. All right, what are multiples? I feel it coming on. I feel it coming on. Before you say the words, go ahead, say the words. Say the 2 words that we need. Yes, stand up by your desk. Stand up by your desk. I can feel it coming on. Here we go. One more time. Come on, stand up. Here we go. Now remember, we're staying in place. Cheesy face. No, not cheesy noise. Cheesy face. Here we go. Ready? And multiply. Okay. Let's count by 4s. And 4, 8, 12. Okay. That's it. See how simple today?
I want to keep doing it. I want to do it for the rest of the day.
No, I want you to do it so you'll remember what they are. All right, we got factors, we got multiples. Now we have 2 special kinds of situations. What are those other 2 ideas? One starts with a P, and one starts with a P, and one starts with a C. Yeah. Prime. What is a prime number? What's a prime number? Help us out. Those. Yes, but you got to give me more than that. What?
1 and a soap factor.
Yes, there we go. A prime number only has 1 and itself for its factors. Okay? All right. Another word. Last word. Yeah, that's it.
Composite.
Composite. There you go. Composite. And so prime numbers only have 1 in itself for its factors, 2 factors. Composite numbers have what?
Have 2 or
Not 2.
more than
More than
2.
More than 2 what?
2 factors.
More than 2 factors. Okay, so if prime numbers only have 2 factors, composite numbers have more than that. Okay, more than that. All right, a couple of other quick questions. See who was listening yesterday. What is the only, please raise our hand. What is the only even prime number? Yes.
2.
2. Awesome. And what is the number that is a special situation that is neither prime nor composite? Yes. 1. Excellent. Okay, good listening. Good listening. All right, so look. Well, it's really small, so you'll have to look very closely. Or get some binoculars. So, oh, it's on freeze. I was going, it's not small on here. Ta-da! Okay. So, when we look at this and our target today, I can divide multiples of 10, 100, 1,000 by single-digit numbers. We're seeing that word multiples, but we've actually kind of seen that thrown in before. Didn't really always know exactly what it was, but now we know better. Okay? But we're going back to some division, and when we go back to that division today, we're going to be dividing with numbers that are multiples of 10, 100, or 1,000. Now, if they are multiples of 10, 100, 1,000, they're not always going to look exactly like this. Okay, let's count real quick the multiples of 10. That's a pretty simple one for us to do. Okay, help me out. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. All right, that's a pretty good place to stop. We could go on forever, couldn't we, with multiples? All right, so let's go count the multiples of 100. That's so big. Yeah, yes, but it's simple. Here we go. 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, 800, 900, 1,000. Okay, let's see if we knew what it changed to when we got to that number. All right, so let's count the multiples of 1,000. 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, 6,000, 7,000, 8,000, 9,000, 10,000, and of course, with any of those, we could keep going forever, but we're not. Okay, we don't want to be old and gray when we leave 4th grade. We want.
If we've been counting 1,000 for the rest of the time, we probably have to 1 quillion.
We would have some very large
Probably
numbers.
1 million.
Okay, so you're going to see numbers today. They may not have a 1 in front of them, but with that 0 on the end in the ones place, you know it's going to either be a multiple of 10. If it has 2 zeros, it's going to be a multiple of 100. 3 zeros, a multiple of 1,000. So those are the kinds of numbers you're going to see. It's not going to change a lot with division, but it's that big bad 0 mindset. It's like, oh, it's a 0. What do we do with it? And so it's just going to help you better know what to do with that 0 when it comes along in division. Okay? Alrighty. We just did some. I tell you what, go ahead and get out your whiteboards and markers. We haven't done that yet, but we will need these. We're actually going to use these for some of these warm-ups. Okay, so one of the first things I want you to do, just to kind of warm up, is we're going to put this number on your board. Okay, if this is your board right here in front of you, put the 6 right up here. Okay, put the 6 kind of up high. And then you're going to start listing things underneath it. And if you need more than 1 row, okay, I'm going to give you a few seconds. Let's put 30 seconds on the clock. I feel like we're in a game show. Let's put 30 seconds on the clock. Okay, are you ready? Here we go.
No.
All right.
Get count by 6s.
We are. That's exactly what that means, okay? Caleb, I like how you raised that kind of as a question. List the multiples and factors. We're not going to do factors right now. I want you to just focus on multiples.
Do we have to do commas?
Okay, list 4 multiples of 6 starting from 60. I'm gonna change that just a bit, and I'm gonna ask you to start with 6 and write your multiples of 6.
Keep it
Okay. Multiples of 6. Multiple. Okay, that is skip counting. Okay. All right, so I'm not giving you 10 minutes. I forget how to do this seconds. I don't know why. Okay. All right. So we're starting with 6. We're changing the directions just a little bit. So ready and go. Forgot it was that loud. Whew.
Wow.
Okay. So actually, this is also helping you with your multiplication. So we know these are the products of our multiplication facts, our 6s. All right. So what did we get? Let's write these together here. What's the first one? 6. Okay. Time out. It's that clock thing. When it's around, it doesn't let my pen work. Okay, go ahead. 6. Sorry. Okay, we're We're going to have one of those days with the board, maybe. Maybe not. All right, 6, 12,
18, 24, 30, 36, 42, 48, 54, 60, 66, 70.
Yeah, and after the 11s, it gets a little fuzzy. 6 times 12,
It'd be 72.
72. All right, we'll stop there. Okay. Now, if we were to have followed the directions, which are a little hard to see now because I shifted the board, but that's okay. It tells us to list 4 multiples. So we just need 4 numbers. 4 multiples of 6 starting from 60. So if we started there, what would the next 4 multiples be? 66. That one's pretty simple to see. 72. We just said that one a second ago. 70 what? 78.
84.
Okay, and 84. Okay, not too bad. Not too scary. Okay, let's go to one more. Okay. All right. So let's do this one more time where you're on your own first, starting from the beginning. Okay, we'll do their directions in just a minute.
Are we doing 8?
We're doing 8s. Okay. All right. So ready and ready and go. Alright, so just lay your marker down, or go ahead and put the top on it for a second. So our 8s. Okay. I have just decided our pen is a drama queen. Okay, here we go. So 8, 16, 24, 32. Okay, let's slow down or stay together. Hold on. 40. Okay. 48. Okay, 56. What's after 56? 64.
72, 80, 88, 94,
80. 88. 96. Okay, that's getting us all the way to 8 times 12.
I stopped that right.
Okay. What if we followed their directions and we started at 80 and we did the next 4? Now some of those we just listed. Y'all told me 88,
96.
96, but what would come after that?
104.
Okay.
104.
Is it 104 or 102?
104.
104. You've got 4 more to get to 100, and then 4 more after 100 because 4 plus 4 is 8, right? Okay, so 104, and then 100 and what? 12. Okay. All right. Could we keep going?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
We
For
can
a
go all the
very
way
long
to
time.
billions.
And beyond. Okay.
Infinity and beyond.
Yes.
It will never stop.
All right. Now, let me show you something today. You can go ahead and put the top on your marker. We will use our marker in just a little bit.
You
But
want
I
us
need-
to erase our boards?
Yeah, go ahead and erase your board, clear it off, and then just put everything in the corner where it's not bothering you for a little bit. Now, this is the kind of thing you're going to see a lot on some of our slides if I were to stay here. And I'm probably not because this is on almost every one of our slides. So I'm probably just going to pull up some blank space for us to use. But also today, on some of the parts of our problem set, you're going to see things that talk about the 1s and the 10s. Place value, okay? Our book wants to link this lesson a lot to place value, whereas I'm not going to bring that in today. Okay, so we're going to ignore the 1s and 10s charts. Okay, there's nothing wrong with talking about those with division, but I think we're ready to move on from that. So we're going to leave those alone today. So we're going to use these same problems. Just going to put us in a blank space and write them for you. Okay. Does that look like something y'all are going to come back to? Or you've already done it and don't have to worry about it? The only thing about this is I'm not sure how to get rid of these. Oh wait, yeah I do.
You make it, yeah.
There we go. It's just so rare that I use them.
Wait, you could probably do that with your math.
Yeah. I just don't always have to because I have other ways of doing it.
Get rid of the party too.
Okay. So if we have, let's start, we're going to start pretty simple here.
They've been having a party every day. Who? The math.
A little, yeah. All right. That is a pretty basic division fact, isn't it?
Yeah.
In fact, we should be able to do that if our eyes are looking at it. Okay. In our head. We're getting to that point. These are our basic facts because we recognize a fact family. 9 and 3. All right. 9 and 3. When we're talking multiplication and division, everybody, what's the missing number?
3.
3. Okay. Well, let's say we wanted to prove that the other way, and we wrote this as a division problem this way. Okay. How many 3s can I get out of 9? If I had a basket
3.
full of things, and there were 9 things in my basket, how many times could somebody walk up to me and grab 3 out of my basket? 3 times. Okay, 3 times. Now, to check ourselves, or to work, I guess we could say, to work through the rest of the problem like long division, 3 times 3 is 9. We're going to subtract and get 0. And we know when we have 0 and nothing else to bring down, we're finished and there's no remainder. So 3 times 3, if we were checking it, 3 times 3 is 9, isn't it? Okay, so like I said, you knew that. You knew that just by looking at it before we ever worked it out. But you can also work it out and prove your answer. But what if this changes to this? Okay. Now that 9 has become a multiple of 10. If I count by tens, I'm going to land on 90, aren't I? So 90 is what we call a multiple of 10. Okay, sometimes we like to see that 0. Sometimes we know that it's an easier problem, sometimes. Sometimes we don't like to see that 0 because we're not sure what to do with it. I want you to become more sure of what to do with it so that you're more comfortable with it, okay? So, what would we do here? I'm not asking you to do this in your head. Okay, we are definitely going to set these up like long division so that we know what to do with it. What do you want to say? You were going to do it in your head, or are you going to try to answer it? Okay, hang on to your answer for just a little bit. We're going to set this up like we would any other division problem. So even if you see a 0, guys, set it up like you always do. Okay, 90 divided by 3.
I got the answer in my head.
And you may already can see the answer coming. Now that we've done that, there's something about putting it this way that helps us see it better. Maybe you saw the answer or thought it when it was up there. Okay. But just to check, those of you that have an answer in your head, let's check and see if you have gotten it right. So how are we going to start this one? No, you can answer that. Come on. What would you do first if you had this problem? What would you ask yourself first? Because you're asking how many 3s you can get out of 9. Same as over here. We're starting this exactly the same way. Okay, so I can get 3 3s out of 9. I know that much about my multiplication, right? 3 times 3 is 9. I'm going to subtract that and get 0. Okay, hold on. Put some brakes on right here. This is important. Okay. It looks like we're done, doesn't it?
Yes.
But listen, let's use some common sense reasoning here. I know that 3 times 3 is not 90. Okay? So I know something different has to be done here. When we have that 0 still hanging there, I know it's just a 0. it has to come down like any other digit. Okay? It has to be brought down like any other digit. Yeah, but when we bring it down, it's a double zero, which still means 0, Miss Wendy. I know that. But I also know that 3 times 3 is not 9. Something has to be different with that answer.
You take a 0 up there.
Well, this is how we know to do that, Martin. Okay? Because like I said, I know some of you can see the answer coming, but this is why we do it. How many 3s, you still got to ask that same question. How many 3s can I get out of 0? It's just like if I had an empty basket here and I said, hey, come get 3 things out of my basket. And you walked up and you looked in the basket and you went, really? Miss Wendy, there's nothing in there. So how many groups of 3 did you get?
0.
0. Okay, 0. So right here we put a 0. How many groups of 3 can I get out of 0? 0. And I've got to write that 0. Oh, I got to go through all those steps? Yeah, 3 times 0 is 0. And when I subtract 0 from 0, I get 0. Now, all of this might seem silly to you, but we need to do it right now because if we don't, it's very easy to forget to put zeros where they go. Later on, in another few days, we're going to have some problems where some of this 0 stuff happens in the middle of a problem. And if you don't put those zeros and subtract 0 and do that step, it really messes you up. It really throws off your answer. You have a question or a comment? Okay. So once we do that, all right, guys, let me have your eyes. We have gotten to 0. Nothing else to bring down. Are we finished?
Yes.
Now we are finished, and we see that 30 times 3 is 90. Our answer is 30. Yeah.
All you did is just add the 0 to 9. So all you have to do is like 3 divided by 9 and you get 3 and just add the 0.
Is there other ways to think this problem through? Most definitely. Okay. Showing you a long division right now, again, it's kind of opening that door for when the 0 is not always just easily stuck on the end. Sometimes it's going to be in the middle of a problem, and we're going to need to know what to do with it. And like I said, this feels like a silly step right here, but it's necessary so that we make sure a 0 goes in the correct spot of our number, our answer, our quotient. Okay? All right, so this is what we're practicing today. And sometimes we'll have a number this size. Sometimes we're going to have a number that's in the thousands. Okay? And so we need to know what to do with those zeros. All right, since we are very familiar with division already, I'm going to ask you to go ahead and grab your marker. All right, so given what we've just done, I'm going to erase that. And on your board, we're going to do these together. We're going to do 900 divided by 3. Okay? So we're using a problem that we've just been working on, sort of. Y'all can see that it's similar to what we've already done, but what is different this time?
There's a lot of 0.
Well, let's say it in a very 4th grade way. Now we're dividing 3 into a multiple of what?
900.
A multiple of, not 10 anymore,
100.
a multiple of 100. Okay, a multiple of 100. All right, so what's the first thing we're going to do? Okay, go ahead.
How many 3s can we get out of 9?
How many 3s can we get out of 9? We're starting the same way, and that answer is 3. We've answered that already a few times, so we know that.
And then you times that, and then you'll get 9. Then you gotta subtract 9 minus 9.
Okay. So he's gotten us through the whole first set of daddy, mama, sister, brother, right? Divide, multiply, subtract, and now we bring down. All right, go ahead and make sure you've done that step. Bring down that 0. Okay.
Minus.
All right, we're not ready to subtract anything. We've got to have some. I keep seeing a couple folks. Maybe this will help everybody. I keep seeing like all this happening here and nothing being written up here. You can't do that. I know what to subtract because I've multiplied what's up here by this, okay? All right, so now, how many 3s can I get out of 0? Valerie, how many 3s can I get when I have nothing? None, exactly. So I'm going to put that 0 right by the 3. Okay. What is 3 times 0, everybody?
0.
0. So I'm going to subtract that. At least the subtraction's easy, huh? Yeah? Okay.
Yeah, easy.
All right, now we're ready to bring down again. Another 0.
So you add another 0 on top.
Okay, because how many 3s can I get out of 0? None. 0.
I love 0.
Okay. 3 times. I don't know if I've ever heard that in this room. I love 0. We'll have to remember that.
Too.
Okay. 3 times 0 again is 0, so subtract that.
And you get 0.
And we get 0. Is there anything to bring down now?
No.
No. So we are done, and our answer is
0.
300.
I don't like 0.
Now I hear that. Or see it more than hear it, I guess.
Can you do it?
Okay. So if that happens there, what's going to happen if we come over here? If you have room to put this beside your problem, do it. If you need to clear your board, then you need to clear your board. But if I put this,
That's even more easier. Yeah, more 0.
okay, listen to me though. Can I see your eyes for a second? Okay, today on the problem set, I've got to see all of this happening.
Yeah.
Even if you can see the answer, I need to see this process. Okay? I know. But hey, if we don't, sometimes we see something and we think we know the answer and it's going to get us wrong if we're just jumping in there guessing at it. Okay? I'm not saying every time, but today, yes. Okay?
What if there's a question like it's in the 90s or it's like in the 10s? Do we still have to do that 0?
Secretly, you want to. I can see it in your eyes. You want to do the long division. Okay, let's get to this. What are we going to do first? Okay, nope, can't understand it when everybody says it at once. What are we going to do first?
We're going to see how many 3s we can get out of 9.
How many 3s can we get out of 9? And the answer, everybody, is what?
9.
3. Okay. Now, let's turn around in our seats so that we can focus. What is 3 times 3? 9. All right, 3 times 3 is 9. And do the subtraction. Okay. Bring down the 0. Okay. Now, this might be like, I don't want to have to do all that, but at the same time, it's not difficult. Okay. How many 3s can I get out of 0? 0. 3 times 0 is 0, so subtract. Bring down the next 0. How many 3s can I get out of 0? 0. 3 times 0 is 0. Subtract it. Bring down the next 0. How many 3s can I get out of 0? 0. Okay. 3 times 0 is 0. We're going to do it like any other division problem, and we're going to do that until we have brought all the digits down. It does. It's pretty. Okay? Yes.
All you're doing is just adding the 0. Yeah. That's what I love.
But doing it this way makes sure that we don't put too few or too many up here. Okay? All right. Let me give you one to work by yourself that does not have a 9 and a 3 in it. Let's do a different one.
Dang it.
Okay? Okay. Okay. Let's get focused, guys. Clear off your board all the way. Okay. All right, go ahead with that one. 5, get out of 5. Can't get 5 groups of 5 out of 5. We've got 5 of something. How many groups of 5 can you get? Okay. I need us to get quiet. And 0. Okay. That one was pretty simple. All right, let's try one more. Go ahead and clear your board off. Can you get a group of 5 out of 3? No, you're going to have to look at 35 together. If I can't get a group of 5 out of 3, I've got to look at 35. How many groups of 5 can I get out of 35?
7.
7. Guys, you're going to write the 7 right here because I'm looking at 35. Okay? So 5 times 7 is 35. And that would be 0. Bring down the 0. This is going to help me remember to put what I need up here. How many 5s can I get out of 0?
0.
0.
I'm right.
5 times 0 is 0. Okay, subtract that. And we're finished. Okay. All right. Saw that on a lot of boards. Okay. Okay. What if we saw let's do at least one more. I've got the wrong number. Oh, yeah. There we go. I had 3,000 divided by 5. Okay, go ahead and give that one a try. 3,000 divided by 5. All right. Can we get a group of 5 out of 3?
No, no.
No. We have to look at the next digit. We have to do this. And how many groups of 5 can we get out of 30 is what you got to think. Okay? All right, Faith, how many groups of 5 can I get out of 30? 5 times what is closest to 30? 6. Okay? So my 6 goes here. Alexandra, 5 times 6 is 30. Okay, I'm going to subtract there and bring down my next 0. Okay. Bring down my next 0. Can't get a group of 5 out of that either. And we're done. 600. Sometimes if we stop short, we don't bring all those zeros down and don't go through that whole process, you might accidentally write down 60 as your answer. You might accidentally think, oh, 6,000 must be my answer because there's a number in the thousands place. And so doing all of that bringing down of the zeros, subtracting the zeros is helping you to have the correct answer. Okay? All right, any questions about what we're doing so far? Okay. All right, we're going to stop there as far as our practice. Go ahead and clear your board and be putting that away. We will do some more just like this in our problem set. We are not going to do the whole problem set. We're going to go to a page in our problem set that has problems just like this, and we're not going to be doing the place value stuff. Okay. Okay, you're looking for the page in your book, page 132. That's the page we're going to do. We're also going to do the homework page that looks just like it. Okay. Since we're skipping over so much other.